Let's move on to soulmate。即係喺我個人嘅體驗咧，大部分我嘅靈魂伴侶咧，都係以家人同埋好好嘅閨蜜嘅身份出現咯。我可能親密關係嚟講係得一兩個人咧遇過係我嘅靈魂伴侶。我講下靈魂伴侶同埋雙生火焰嘅關係，亦都可能喺彩絲嗰度 get 到，都可能係嗰陣時喺讀好多關於雙生火焰嘅資料裡面得知嘅。就係我哋有一個大嘅高我啦，一個大嘅 Oversoul。阿珍咧有本書叫做 Oversoul 7，相信大家可能都揾到翻譯本。Oversoul 7咧，佢裡面就講到一個大嘅高我，然後會分咗好似 pizza 一格格咁，而每一格嘅 pizza 咧有自己獨特嘅一個頻，一個 frequency， 然後咧然後全部都係同一個大高我，所以全部都係靈魂伴侶。每一楷咧嚟到呢個兩極次元嘅地球咧，變咗男性能量同女性能量嘅 polarities， 係咪啊？兩極次元，所以咧就叫嗰一楷係同一個 frequency， 有一男嘅一女嘅，就叫做雙生火焰。但係其他全部都係你嘅靈魂伴侶。靈魂伴侶咧，通常嚟係俾我哋幫助，好多都係家人啦，同埋你哋嘅閨蜜啦，呢個係我遇到嘅啦。而我記憶裏面咧，我嘅親密關係有兩個靈魂伴侶，其實一個就係幫助我當時去咗澳洲讀書，另外一個就係幫助我當時去咗英國做嘢。我記得就係呢兩個應該係靈魂伴侶，係真係一種助力嚟嘅，係佢哋喺嗰個時候出現有一個你人生嘅轉捩點或者個目的要達成。佢俾你一個助力行嗰步，但係大家冇嗰種嘅我欠你，你欠我，好討厭你，你又好討厭我，但係又推唔開你，冇嗰啲嘅，即係比較平淡。So I think a lot of my family members and my best friends, like my soulmates, but also like the couple of people I was with who helped me to move to this country, move to that country.It was so easy to say goodbye. It was like no attachment, like, oh yeah, I wish you the best and you wish me the best. It was like very simple. I think they were the soulmates to reach a certain purpose, to reach a certain stage of my life. And then, okay, the purpose has been accomplished. And then we part ways.
Yeah, I think of 3 ways to identify if you have a soulmate. 1, if you have some form of real polarity.Right? There's a connection there. You're in your power. He or she is in their power. And there's something that connects you. And it can be beautiful in many ways. Having a soulmate relationship can be very beautiful. And some people they go through a whole life being with their soulmate, in many ways, very happy. There's nothing wrong with that. But there are 3 things to identify if it's a soulmate. 1, you have polarity, right? You have to have some form of polarity that connects you.May it be emotional, may it be physical, maybe both, but it's probably at least 2 out of the 4 ways of connection. It's physical, emotional, mental, or spiritual is probably 2 out of those 4 where you have polarity. So number 1, something's connecting you. Number 2, it's there for a reason, right? A lot of us get into relationships because it serves a purpose. Like she was just saying, it was a bridge to an end. It was a means to an end. It served a specific reason.During a specific time period. And again, this is something that should be looked at as, very appreciative and be grateful for that. Not many people get to have those reason type of relationships. But the third one is it's there for a season, meaning it's there for a specific time frame. Sometimes it lasts longer, sometimes it's not as long. But if you have polarity, if there's a reason and there's a season, it's a good indication that you are with a soulmate.
佢講到3點好清晰啊！呢個 your analysis is so clear 佢主要咧有how would you define polarity? Is it something that is compatible?
Polarity is compatibility. It is natural connection. It's feminine, masculine polarity in your natural state. It's some form of ability to be on the same page easily, whether it's physically, emotionally, mentally, or spiritually. Soulmates usually are 2 out of the 4.
佢話靈魂伴侶咧，通常咧係有4種，即係咧身體啦 ，physically 思想啦 ，mentally 靈魂啦 ，spiritually
emotional
情緒。 呢4種咧會有2種咧，你同佢係好夾嘅，啱啱相反互吸嗰隻夾。咁咧4個範疇有2樣係好夾嘅，所以咧可以咧維持到好耐嘅。有啲人可能一世都係個靈魂伴侶嘅關係嘅。而第2種咧就係關於目的啦，助力咧，一個助我哋人生達成一個目的啦。第3咧就係有季節性嘅。就係有一個時間性咧，喺嗰個時間裏面完成嘅。所以咧，如果有呢個2/4嘅地方，2/4嘅部分好夾，又或者係你哋互相幫助緊對方實行人生嘅目的，又或者係有時間性，呢3樣嘢都齊咧，就好有可能呢個係靈魂伴侶啦。睇下有邊位有覺得自己遇過靈魂伴侶？Who has met their soulmate?
You might have multiple soulmates in your life. You might meet multiple, right?
可能有很多個的。
Which is also something that you can start to recognize. If you're recreating a soulmate, then it's a good indication that there's still some piece of your soul, your own individual soul, that is still not complete, that is still not whole.Right? It takes a full wholeness in yourself to get from soulmate to the next jump, which is the quantum leap or the next stage into kind of the last one, which we're talking about, which is a twin flame. But if you have been with a soulmate before, or you currently are, appreciate it wholly. Recognize that that's where you are right now in life and be grateful for it, right? Any form of love in life is something to be incredibly grateful for.And if you have been with multiple soulmates, just recognize that as something that that's currently where you're working. That's currently where you're operating. That's currently your realm of operating in this context of relationships.
佢天馬咧想講，如果我哋已經有一個靈魂伴侶喺身邊，或者依家係同緊一個靈魂伴侶一齊，其實已經係一個好有力量嘅嘢嚟嘅。即係可能我哋仲有咧。仲有一部分嘅自己，我哋依家向前進緊嘅，向上跳緊，所以時空跳躍緊。但係咧，我哋已經有好大嘅助力喺度咯。所以如果我哋能夠認出我哋依家同緊靈魂伴侶一齊咧，已經係真係一個咧非常之大嘅福氣同埋助力噶啦，已經係愛噶啦。
Like for example, when I was 18 years old, I had a high school sweetheart.She and I were together for about 3 years throughout the last bit of my years in high school and the early bit of my time in university. We had the most amazing time together. We traveled to California together. We had these connections that were so special and so unique, like that young love. I was there for her during challenges in her life. She was there for me when my parents were getting divorced, and it was really challenging for me. So I felt like we had this way of really supporting each other during that time in our life. I was there when her family had a lot of challenges and her mom had some health difficulties. She was there during me when my parents were getting divorced and my whole family kind of infrastructure was changing. And we were very compatible, both physically and emotionally. And it was beautiful. To this day, I'm very appreciative for it. So being able to recognize that is something that was,I can now, in retrospect, look back on it and say, oh, yeah, she was a soulmate of mine during that time frame. And to this day, wish everybody who you meet in your past well, and God bless them, and hope they find their twin flame and they find that magic love that everybody in this life deserves to find. So that's just a little story about how I can recognize one of my past relationships as a soulmate, but not a twin flame.
頭先天馬講嘅就係佢認出，譬如佢嗰陣時18歲咧，有一個3年嘅女朋友係佢嗰陣時大學識嘅，而嗰陣時佢屋企好多變動，嗰位女仔又係屋企好多變動，然後嗰段時間喺佢父母離婚嘅時候咧，佢哋互相支持對方，然後喺身體情緒上咧都好配合，然後佢一回看就我認到嗰個就係一個靈魂伴侶嚟嘅，即係互相俾對方助力，然後淨係去感恩嗰陣時遇過以前嘅靈魂伴侶。